Do you remember the first games of Cristiano Ronaldo for Real Madrid? At the time, the Portuguese crack was already a world star and faced for the first time another great crack, a Brazilian known for creating magical moments on the field. In today's video, let's watch the story of the day when Cristiano Ronaldo and Ronaldinho Gaucho met for the first time. Real Madrid vs Milan, Indiana 2010. When Cristiano Ronaldo began his glorious career for Real Madrid, Ronaldinho Gaucho was already a consecrated crack playing for Milan, and for those who think that the squad of the Spanish team was much superior to the Italian team, you are mistaken. The midfield of the Italian team at the time had Pirlo, Gattuso and Seedorf, who, by the way, owned the number 10 shirt. On the attack, playing with the number 80 shirt, there was Ronaldinho Gaucho and a guy named Zlatan Ibrahimovic. And on the bench there was still Robinho. The Real Madrid team also had a very strong team, with Casillas, Pepe and Marcelo back there, and in the front row, Ozio, Di Maria and of course, with the number 7 shirt, Cristiano Ronaldo. And in that game neither Sergio Ramos nor Kaká participated, both injured. The atmosphere at Santiago Bernabéu. The confrontation on October 19 marked the first time that Ronaldinho Gaucho and Cristiano Ronaldo faced each other. Even if it was a duel between two unequaled stars, there were still other interesting ingredients that were part of that great game. It was the third round of the Champions League group stage, and the dispute was nothing more than between the two biggest winners of the competition, and Real was looking for a rematch. As in the previous year, he had lost at home to the Italian team by 3-2. The beginning of the game for those who expected a show full of emotions, the first minutes of the game met the expectations. Not even a minute of the ball rolling, a fan invaded the field and was taken out of that affectionate way by the guards. What was seen at the beginning of the match was a Real with a lot of will, and an Italian team half disorganized. At 12 minutes, the attacker Alexander Pato returned to help in scoring, and with little notion of how to do this function, ended up making a foul on Xabi Alonso at the entrance of the area. There's no way, it was given the trigger for Cristiano to start shining. From there it was certain that the Portuguese crack would put the ball at an angle, out of reach of the goalkeeper Amelia. It didn't happen that way, but it was still beautiful. The shirt 7 hit a kick in the middle of Milan's barrier, which opened, and it only remained to look at her, entering the left corner of the goalkeeper, who had no chance, right at the beginning. 1-0 for the Madrid team. In the next minute, another accurate attack from the home team, and Cristiano Ronaldo made the difference again. The Portuguese started on an individual play, by the left end, and crossed to the middle of the area. There was Ozio, to finish. And then luck appeared again, for the Spanish team. Ozio's kick came out crooked, and the ball deflected in the goalkeeper Bonera, moving Milan's goalkeeper. Another goal from Real, the second in 2 minutes. It couldn't start any better. Ronaldinho enters the game. At this point, everyone was already wondering, and Ronaldinho, when will he appear in this match? The Brazilian crack seemed little inspired that day, as did the entire Italian team. Milan only started to find space after the Spanish team's second goal, which reduced the pressure. Only at the 29th minute, a great chance appeared, with a foul close to the big area. Many expected the Brazilian crack to charge, but who went for the kick was another great catcher, the Italian Pirlo. And it wasn't bad, he ended up hitting the goalkeeper's crossbar. In the following minutes, ACIM Ronaldinho showed what he knows. The attacker hit a beautiful launch, leaving Seedorf free in the face of the goal. Despite the great quality as a midfielder, the Dutchman doesn't have much of a way to center forward, and at the end, he ended up isolating the ball, losing a great chance. A few minutes earlier, Ronaldinho put a beautiful pen in Alonso's key, and that was all the crack managed to produce in the first half. Cristiano continued to terrify. Minutes after the goal lost by Milan, Real's crack reappeared on the individual play. He dribbled over defender Alessandro Nesta, and hit a beautiful shot in the corner, forcing the Italian goalkeeper to make a beautiful defense, and the first half ended like this: 2-0 for Real, and an advantage for Cristiano Ronaldo. The second half began warm, and Milan's team continued to show little inspiration in the attack. This also affected Ronaldinho, who did nothing interesting to help the team. The Brazilian only appeared for a moment in the second half, and didn't even create plays. On the contrary, there he was scoring Cristiano Ronaldo. Well, scoring was never the player's strength, and he ended up exceeding himself in the play, giving a dangerous entry to the Portuguese player. This, in fact, was the only moment in the game when they were face to face. Despite the heavy load of the Brazilian, apparently everything was fine between the two tracks, and Joseo also ended up making a rough view of the move, and didn't punish him as he should. At 26 minutes in the second half, Ronaldinho ended up being replaced by Robinho, ending the confrontation between the two giants. Cristiano Ronaldo continued on the field, helping his team to massacre the Italian team. There were still 3 opportunities to expand, 2 of which were missing, which stopped at the barrier, and a free finish at the entrance of the area, which ended up going out. The second half ended without any of the teams scoring a goal, and 2-0 was fair. Cristiano Ronaldo deservedly received the men's award of the game. The future of the two Ronaldos. After 10 years of this unprecedented confrontation, we managed to look at this game as a reflection of what was to come. From the arrival of Cristiano Ronaldo, Real Madrid began to become a dominant club in the European scene, as it was at the beginning of the century. With the Galacticos, Cristiano himself in this match already demonstrated that very soon he would be a football monster, the player who had already won the best prize in the world when he played for Manchester United. For Real ended up winning the prize 4 more times, even the number of Champions League titles that he came to conquer. Milan's team, from 2010, began to lose strength in the international scene. Despite still being the national champion that season, the team never again went far in a European competition. The same can be said of Ronaldinho Gaucho. Although he continues to be spectacular in some games, he was no longer the same Ronaldinho. From the peak in Barcelona. 3 months later, he would leave Milan, and never again return to European football. The two Ronaldos returned to face each other again in the second leg, which ended up tied for 2 goals. And so ended the brief history of duels between these two legends of world football. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel to receive the next. Thanks for watching. To the next.